Hello everybody, this is Incursus here. So, I got a little tired. I want to take a break of the clear speed meta in the game, right? I gotta clear back as fast as possible, and as cheap as possible, and need to trivialize all content in the game. So, I made a magic finder, right? So, I mean, I can get roughly the same amount of drops or more, while clearing the content quite a bit slower. So that was the general idea of this build, and I decided to go with Caustic Arrow because of the cost investment as far as talent points and gearing goes. Or piece by pieces, you get a lot more damage out of less pieces of gear and less talent points. So when I made my Blade Vortex character, I showcased an excavation map with somewhat difficult mods because what that build was good at is it was solid at taking care of quite difficult content, right? When I made my video on my cast down crit character, I showed a gorge clear, because it was about, clear speed, more or less. This build, again, I'm trying to give you guys a video that makes the most sense to be running. So I'm running a twinned museum map. I've been running a lot of maelstroms, but I decided I'd go ahead and show a twinned museum map because it kind of showcases that, yes, the build has kind of weak defenses, but I can still take double boss museum, if I play it correctly. I'll go ahead and show off my gear and all that fun stuff after the fact. But this build isn't about clear speed, That's not what the goal of this build is. Clear speed, not bad, honestly. I have level 18 poison arrow, caustic arrow. My power is only level 2 right now, so I mean, my bow's expensive. I'll show off exactly, the gear I'm wearing. But the point is technically you could do the same thing on a 5-link if you wanted to drop a rarity as a link. I have a 6-link bow. You don't need a 6-link bow to have this type of damage. You need a 6-link bow to have this type of damage while also running item rarity. I swear I fought one of those guys that exploded one time. I managed to res cap myself on this build, and you see that I'm at about 3,800 life. I'm only level 79, almost 79, 78 right now. I'm expecting a bit over 4K life, maybe 4,300 or something, 4,400 by full gear. I can clear relatively safety, like T7s. I would be looting a bit more of this if I wasn't making a video, but I still don't loot that much stuff because a lot of stuff I just can't even, I don't have inventory space for. I've made a lot of money off Chaos Recipe, not so much off unique items. I got a Beast First Shawl that I sold for 40 Chaos. I haven't made a ton in that regard, but I probably made about 3 or 4 Exalts off of just Chaos Recipe stuff, and I'm only level 79. I mean, get a bit of an idea. I've gotten about 1,000 alts in the time too, which is about another Exalt. This, I believe, would be the boss room. Yes, it is. So, sometimes I die, sometimes I don't die. This is a really hard boss fight, especially for a build like this. We will just kind of see what happens. So, yeah, I should have left the door. I didn't expect to actually get one hit right there. We can kind of see how that goes, in a rough nutshell. I should be able to pick off the rest of the boss fight relatively easy now. See, the way you normally do this is something along these lines, Because now that guy is degenning and dying right now, He's dead. Right. Is there another guy alive? Probably. Gotta be a little careful. Go ahead and check what's left. Yeah, there's another. So obviously, museum maps, kind of dangerous. You would expect as much, right? But say pretty moderately good stuff. Some wind screams, midnight. You know, this build can run this content. That's what's important. Sometimes I do it deathless. Sometimes I don't. If I was a little bit more patient, I would have done it deathless. Let's go ahead and fill up my inventory before I leave and show off my gear because I'm limited on portals and, you know. Go ahead and back out now. Okay. So looking at my gear, ignore the full inventory here. I have a plus 3/6 link. This costed me 5 exalts. Yes, it's pricey. Do you need a plus 3/6 link? Not really. You can get away with a silver bow. This thing cost me like 30 chaos, 40 chaos, right? That's almost as good, right? You drop item rarity as a link in here, and you have pretty much the same damage I do. You're missing a little bit. You're missing 1 level on Caustic Arrow. You know, you can get away with it quite a bit more cheap. So as far as links go, Conk Effect, Pierce. So I have a 100% Pierce chance, and when you shoot through a pack, it puts a poison cloud at every single time it pierces. So you shoot through a pack and you leave just like a giant spray of stuff. So I have Pierce, Void Manipulation, Caustic Arrow, Conk Effect, Item Rarity. I have a level 2 Empower here. Technically, Rapid Decay would be more damage. It would be. Not by much. Pretty marginal. It might not actually be like really anymore. As far as the rest of my gear goes, most of it's pretty standard. I have Orsees, max roll Orsees, max roll Goldworms, Greed's Embrace with a high roll, some moderate Venter's Gambles, nothing amazing here, an Ascetic. And this Ascetic means I have to have a white item and a magic item. Here's my white item. Not amazing by any means. I can get a lot more life on this. Hell, I could bless it 11 more life on this. This is my my quiver. I have to have a white quiver, so I might as well have +1 arrow for some AoE. And this is my helmet. I bought this for not much either. I needed int. Happened to have int, so I rolled life on it. As far as the tree goes, I can't get a lot of stuff on gear that I have to. So, you know, I have to get things like Fertile Mind. But in general, the tree is relatively simple. Grab the Pierce stuff. Biz damage, chaos damage. I'm about to grab this Frenzy Charge. Yeah, grab the Frenzy Charge. Proj damage scales Caustic Arrow too, so Proj damage, Chaos, Frenzies, Pierce. If you're doing this as a damage version of the build, obviously you would have a drone neck instead. Yeah. And if we look at my stats with Divination Distillate on, you can see I'm at 79 and 452. Pretty solid little rarity there. Yeah, I don't have too much more to say about that. A quick note, one thing that I have been doing, which was pretty amazing, is these prophecies for Quadra Exiles. Running that on a Maelstrom of Chaos, if this prophecy procs, you will get something like 5+ pieces of rare jewelry per exile kill. You end up exiting map with like 25-30 pieces of jewelry. I think the best way to play this build is just chain Maelstroms. It gets a little boring after a while, but you fill up your chaos recipe so fast. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.